All right, so not every lead is a good lead. If you have called them 7 times or contacted them 7 times, let it go. This doesn't mean you contact them 7 days in a row, okay? Or 7 times in one day. I had an agent who did that. Okay, on day 1 or 2, you call or email or both. Days 3 through 7 should be a week apart. Not everyone is ready to buy, and some are professional lookers, and I'm sure those of us who are full-time agents know that, and those of you who just got your license will be challenged by them. They'll get you all excited, and then they don't buy anything from you. So the idea behind that, even the professional looker or the person who isn't ready to buy yet, people are just looking, is to get them on your reverse prospecting list. If you get them on your prospecting list, and you're going to get those automated emails every day, when properties hit the market, change price, when they think of you, like those emails when they come out from Realty, sometimes it's 3:30 in the morning. And they're going, I mean, I have clients who call me and go, what are you doing up at 3:30 in the morning? I can't believe you're thinking of me to send me these houses. Thank you. Okay, they don't know it's automated. Don't tell them. That's your secret. They think you're up and they think you're working. Huh, what'd you see? What'd you like? Which one do you like? Well, I love that one in West Bloomfield. It's like $225,000. Is that a short sale? And then the dialogue starts. So just remember that whatever you do as far as setting them up on your prospecting, that you respond when they call you. Like if they email you, if you check in your email. If you don't have a smartphone, you guys, you are going to be behind the times. Get one. It's worth the money. You can check your email on there. You can respond to emails. I asked my clients recently for testimonials that I could post to my website. The one thing that when I was out looking for flips and why I got my license was because nobody cared about me. I was just like flailing out and wind, calling listing agents because I couldn't get a buyer's agent, and nobody wanted to deal with me. So when somebody identified with me and finally like picked me up, I was like, okay, I'm going to buy every single house through you. So when I was looking for testimonials, the thing that kept coming back to me is, you make me feel like I'm your only client. You make me feel like I'm your only client. Wow, I didn't know I did that. But that's really good. That's great information. Because I want them to feel like I am their only client. So you make them feel important. So even if they're just looking around, you don't have to respond to them right away if you know they're just poking around. It's the ones that are like ready to buy right now, today, this week, in the next 30 days. Those are the ones you focus your attention on because that's what's going to put the money in your pocket and food on your table. Okay, so the idea behind that is to get them on a prospecting list. When they're ready to buy, they're going to think of you because you're sending them homes on the market at 3 a.m. every single day. The most important question is, when you qualify the lead, you get in touch with them, they get in touch back with you. The answer is, or are you working with a realtor? If their answer is no, you're in. That's your in. I'm not working with a realtor. If the answer is yes, you ask if they're enjoying working with a realtor, and is the agent being responsive to them? Okay, that could be a double-edged sword. I have prospective clients who say, my realtor can never show me anything. She never calls me back. Every time I call him, he has an excuse why he can't show me a house. That's really bad. So I take him out? Yeah, guess why? Because you call me 5 minutes before you want to see a house. You don't show up to your appointment. You stand me up for an hour, well, I don't wait an hour for anybody, but 15 minutes. I'm still sitting out here and you're running late and I've got 5 houses to show you. So just know if people are really, because most agents are pretty professional. They're going to show up, they're going to be there, they're going to respond. And some of them are, but the majority of them are. So just be careful when they say, oh, my agent really stinks. But sometimes there is, what's the word I'm looking for? Sometimes you don't necessarily drive with somebody else. The chemistry. Yeah.
I'm a flipper too, so I've gone through what you go through.
Right. So if if that client isn't working for you, you don't have to keep them. There are tons of people who need to buy a house today. They're out there. So, take on as many of these internet leads as you can. The more you take, the better your chances of flipping them into clients. All right, so if their answer is yes, then please tell them to call their realtor. Don't do free work for them. You're not getting paid. If they have a couple questions, fine, but get them back to their realtor. We don't want to take business from anybody else. A lot of these people are just looking online. They have a realtor, or they think, the big one is they think their agent isn't sending them all the houses that are available. We are. You just said you didn't want a crawl space, so I'm not sending you crawl space listings, and this is a crawl space listing. You'll see how that goes. So if their answer is no, tell them about you. Tell them about your outstanding service. Do they remember signing something with the other agent? Because if they say, yeah, I have an agent, they're going to need to get a release, and they're going to want to ask for it. Well, when did you sign with it? So you can kind of gauge that. But the bottom line in Michigan, that threshold thing is, there used to be a threshold law where whoever brought it over the threshold was the client. If that buyer ever wrote an offer, that they would get the commission. Today, it's whoever gets the buyer to write the offer and it's accepted. That's the agent who gets the commission. But they can cause a stink, and there could be a delay in your check. So try to get the mutual release if they are going to flip agents. The second most important question when you get them on the phone is, if I found the perfect home for you, when are you ready to buy? If the answer is right now, or within the next 30 days, you're going to work that lead right now. You're going to drop what you're doing and you're going to cater to that client. Because you're going to have lots of clients who are lookers, and they might be going through credit repair, they may not quite be ready to do the application, or may not think that they can qualify. So that's all fine. You don't need to cater to those people, you need to cater to the ones who are going to buy right now. Just remember that time is money, and you will, and at $4 a gallon for gas, it adds up quickly. So the same thing goes for, the third most important thing to do is get their pre-approval or their proof of funds. If you have a client who says they're ready to buy now, they need to get their pre-approval to you via email or drop it off at the office in an envelope for you. Do not show, and this is, you guys, I can't stress this, especially right now, it is expensive to drive. Do not show anyone a home that cannot provide proof that they can buy it. There are no exceptions to this rule. The buyer who is ready to buy will provide you with that information. You cannot and do not work for free. There are thousands of people ready to buy a house today. Don't waste your time on these deadbeats who are going to run you around and make you show them 15 houses and then give you their proof of funds, or then you find out, oh, you can't even buy a house. Okay? If you're going to work with renters, and I do, make sure you get their credit report updated within the last 30 days and a 1 month of W-2 forms. They will be needed for however many names are on the lease. Remember that. And also, do not show anyone a rental without this, because they can buy rentals off, or they can rent rentals off of Craigslist. So if you don't close them, or they find something online, and you show them all these houses, and they haven't gotten their information together, and you can't make the offer without it, they're going to go on Craigslist and just go right to the landlord. And now you don't get your 50% of that first month's rent. So do make sure that you are always getting those proof of funds or their pre-approval. People who are serious about working with you will provide you what you need. You need to explain to them it's a fast-moving market. You cannot offer without it, and this is one I use all the time. Hey, my company requires it before I can take you out. If their answer is no, then count yourself lucky that they're going to be somebody else's headache. There are buyers out there right now who need you to help them find a home now, right now. Don't waste your time with anyone that is wasting your time. If the prospect is not pre-approved, you can recommend them to a guy like John, the mortgage company, Success Mortgage, and they can get them pre-approved in like 20 minutes. It's really quick. And this way you know that you're not spinning your wheels. I mean, I have people all the time who want to show me houses and they're a year away from being pre-approved. But you know what? That's fine. Your mortgage guy can work with them, tell them what to do to get their credit up, help them save for a down payment, yada, 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 and in a year from now, they're going to buy a house from you because you extended yourself. They're not, sometimes leads just don't pay off for a year. Sometimes it's 2 years. It's okay. I mean, I have a lady I've been working with since I started selling real estate, and she's still not ready to buy. But, I mean, she doesn't run me around. I take her out once every 3 months. But, you know what? She's $1 million deal, so I think I can accommodate. It's worth a $30,000 paycheck on the back end. If you recommend them to your mortgage contact, though, make sure you call your mortgage gal. Let them know. I have, John Smith is going to call you. I just wanted you to know it came from me. It's really important that you do that. It builds a relationship with a mortgage person. They don't think that you're giving them the runaround, and they're more apt to help you and jump on your clients when they hear your name because they know that you're bringing them all your deals. And I'll tell you, you guys, never underestimate the importance of a great mortgage person. And then tell your mortgage contact. Also, once you get their pre-approval, can you email it to me? Email it to the agent. That way you have it and you can put it in their file. So when you're ready to write, you've got it. You don't have to wait for them or, did you bring it? Oh no, I forgot. Okay, no, it doesn't matter. You got it and you're ready to go. The same thing goes, this is one that you guys, I'm just going to tell you right now. People who are perpetually late to showings, who cancel the list last minute more than one time, ditch them. I'm telling you, there are so many buyers right now. You do not need to wait around for anybody, ever. If they're 15 minutes late, you can sit next to Linda. And you call them, maybe they're in an accident, maybe they're in traffic, they don't answer the phone, just move on. Don't stick around. But make sure you do cancel your appointments so all these people who just clean their houses aren't waiting for you. If you're going to work with a client, get their pre-approval or their proof of funds. You're going to totally waste your time.
You can't write an offer without it.
Yeah, you can't offer without it.
Can't write an offer without it.
Waiting for settlement.
Yeah, oh yeah. Tell me when you get your settlement. I'll be here. The house won't be.
Tell me to take that advance.
Yeah, 96.2% interest.
Well, especially like I have listings that get a lot of activity, like you have a cheap listing in Detroit, and I get calls all the time. And as a listing agent, you want to be accommodating, but at the same time, you know, I'll talk to somebody and I'll say, okay, are you a cash buyer? Yes. Okay. Well, if you're going to need to send me your proof of funds before I can set up the appointment, and usually that's when they start getting really hedgy.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, well, no, forget it then. I'm like, okay, then forget it. Like either get an agent to bring you to the house, don't waste my time, or like show me your proof of funds. Like I'm trying to be nice, but like I already know you're wasting my time. So.
And some people will be like, yeah, but I got it all in cash. There's people who do. I mean, there's people who buy $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, $7 million houses in cash.
You want to see the luggage?
Yeah.
Bring it
Okay,
in.
that's fine. Don't photocopy all the bills. Put it in a certified check made out to you. Call the bank. Get the checks drawn up. Make sure it's real. Not a fake. Easy to do. And then take them out. Sell them a house. You guys, cash deals. When I was first getting these leads in, I'm like, okay, $11,000 in Livonia, $9,000 in Redford. Yeah, well, then I started looking at the commissions. Last week, I picked up an internet lead, a guy from Sarasota 3 weeks ago. He wanted to buy 2 cheap properties. It's okay. So, you know what? He sent me his proof of funds. He sent an EMD division, one for $500 and one for $1,000. Because we would need them both, like within 48 hours. I got in my car, drove out 3 times. He bought 2 houses, one for $11,000 and one for $8,900. We're closed, and I made $2,700 on less than $20,000 worth of deals. So don't poo-poo the cash leads. They're 2 weeks to close.
Did you put a minimum on? I mean, say you put a minimum.
No. He said I don't want to spend more than, well, he said $10,000. Well, okay, I know what you're going to get for 10 grand. But
I mean, how do you make that much on 10,000?
One paid $1,500 and one paid $1,250.
Oh, the bank was.
They were both banged on.
Oh.
So
The other option for you, though, is that if someone's looking for something like that, you can put a minimum commission fee on. You can actually write that in.
Well, you can write it in, but on the listing ticket, it's going to tell you what it's going to pay. And we're not supposed to be commission whores, you guys. If it says 3% and it's an $8,000 listing, it's $240. Is it worth your gas money to drive around? We're not supposed to, but we all do. And we will.
I don't see any reason. I tell my clients, look, I need to at least make $1,000, so you're just going to pay me whatever the balance is that I don't get.
Right,
They're
and you can get a
usually fine with
retainer.
that.
For the cheapies, you can get retainers.
Right.
You can totally ask for that up front, and there is a place that you can do that.
I read it in Realty about that.
Yeah. There's a place to do that. Banks are getting really cheap now. They're giving 2.5% commission, 2%. Shame on the listing agents who are taking listings for less than 3% or a decent commission to show. It should be $1,250, at least $1,000. So shame on the listing agents. And the more that we don't show those properties, that will change. But the banks are being cheap. So, and believe me, I work with a ton of investors. And like I said, I work $4,000 deals and rentals all the way up to $1 million deals. I don't care. A deal's a deal's a deal. Money's money. I don't care where it comes from in real estate. I got my finger on the pulse when it comes to a check.